Well, hey, just be real. How you doing? Who's this down here? Pillar of light. How are you guys doing? Hello, everybody. How are you? Hey there, Jeanette. Sitting in the car. How are you doing? I was trying to turn around and grab the other phone to make sure that it was on. Hey, you guys, how you doing? Hey there, how are you doing? How's everybody? Hey, Arlene. We send our condolences to you. I hope everything went well when you had to go home. Just be real, she had an emergency. That's why she wasn't able to come on the webinar. So I hope all is well. And condolences to you and your family. Hey, Queen of the South, how are you? Who is that? Tamarind. Hey there. It's nice to see me. Nice to see you guys too. I have to make sure. Hold on, let me fix it in the light so I can see what you guys are saying. I think because of the color of my shirt. Hold on, let me see. Okay, there we go. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. How are you guys doing? You did, Kira? Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hey there, Will Jones. How are you? Hey there, Kay. How are you doing, Miss Glinda? Hey, Tahar. How are you? How are you doing? You're home now? Okay. Well, we send our condolences to you. Well, I don't really have a topic for tonight. Hey there, Howard. I don't have a topic for tonight. Hey, Choice. It is about 45 degrees. Happy Friday to you too. I think it's about 45 degrees. It's kind of rainy cloud. Well, it's not raining right now. I would turn the camera around, but I'm afraid I might not be able to turn it back around. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Hot Topic. I appreciate you. Thank you. Hey, Sharonda, how are you? Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hey there. Well, hey there, Miss Dreger. How are you? How are you, Louisiana? Okay, the boot in the house. Okay. Hey, Mary. How are you? How are you guys doing? I don't really have a topic for tonight, and well, what is happening is what had happened was I'm sitting out here waiting for my daughter. She has basketball practice. And so I just decided because I will not be on Sunday because I have family flying in. So I get to see my grand king, my grand prince. And so I have family flying in on Sunday, so I won't be able to come on Sunday to join you guys or have a topic or anything. So I did a video yesterday and I uploaded it. So hopefully you guys went back and checked out the video that I did, the repetitious narcissist. And I just wanted to. I was just sitting in the car, so either I was gonna lay back and go to sleep, or I said, you know what, let me come on live and see if you guys have any questions. So I don't have a topic for tonight, but I'll answer some questions. I'm gonna be on here for maybe like 15 minutes. So just be real. If you can just remind me at 15 minutes, because I have to wait for my daughter to come out the gym. And so I appreciate you guys. Hold on, let me turn off my headlights. There we go. We want to make sure the car starts. Oh, thank you, Bado. Thank you so much. I do. I think about you guys all the time. You wanna move up here, Sharonda? Will you move up here? It's not like I talk on the camera all the time. I actually am quiet sometimes. And then I'm the type of person I'll go to the house, or I get into a quiet place to get away. So you guys come up here and you're like, oh, I'm hanging with Dr. C. And then you're like, she don't say much when she eating. I don't. You saw the new supply on Facebook, and she is also single mom. Okay, they know what they target. Their target. There's sometimes they have a specific group of people that they target. Yeah. Let's see. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, New Waters, how are you? Well, if you guys want to ask me some questions, now keep in mind that on the HAPS, I'm on the HAPS app, and on the HAPS app, I have HAPS viewers. I have I was gonna say Tacoma for some reason. I have HAP viewers, Facebook viewers, and I have YouTube and Twitter on here. And so when you guys ask a question, if it's a big long question, remember everybody is scrolling up at the same time. So on your end, you might just see, like, for example, you may see Facebook and you may not see like the question scrolling up really fast. But on my end, everybody's asking questions. So the questions are scrolling. They're kind of scrolling, kind of Well, right now it's not real fast. So if you ask me a question, just ask me a question. Try not to put a whole bunch of stuff on there where I have to read it, because then it'll disappear. Why do narcs lie so much? That's a part of their nature. Why would they tell the truth? That's a part of a narcissist nature. Remember, if you got narcissists, they're always going to lie about their success, because it's as a part of the ego thing with the narcissist. So either gonna lie about their success, lie about who they are, lie about their name, lie about their achievements. That's a part of their personality disorder. Do narcs come back? Sometimes they do. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they come back and hoover again. They don't come back to like stay. If they come back to stay, you have to ask, what is the purpose of them coming back to stay? What are some of the therapy techniques that are good for survivors of different kinds? That's kind of a general question. I don't really know how to answer that, because every therapist has their own modality that they follow. So I'm eclectic. So I use whatever works for the client. You guys have to excuse me. I have to move. I have to move the. Hold on. Let me see. Is this too dark? It's not too dark, is it? I'm trying to make sure I can see what's being written on here, because the lettering is like gray. So I turned off. It's not too bad. The lighting is not too bad, is it? But well, narcissistic personality disorder, they have other disorder like PTSD, so they can't relax. PTSD, anxiety, depression. They have other, they have other mental health issues as well, because remember, they've been traumatized. You guys have to excuse me. I know I'm on one side of the camera because I have to move to the side so I can see what you guys are writing. I have to kind of put it in the dark area so I can see what you guys are writing. Okay. Are financial advisors often narcissists? Narcissists can be in any field. They can be in any field. What type of Hoover should we expect when this season comes? They get okay. Good question, Tamarin. The holiday seasons are coming up. Some of you have been with me for a long time. And so, we have went through, when I first came on, we went through our first holiday seasons together, Christmas, well, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. And I came and checked on you guys Valentine's Day. So some of you guys have already been through some of the holiday hoovers. Those of you that are kind of new, have just recently discarded or have been discarded, I want you to be prepared for the holiday hoovers. And the holiday hoovers, they're going to tap into your emotions. They know that, there's a possibility that, oh my goodness, I got all these bags back here. Forgive me. But, they know that you're probably emotional. This might be your first holiday by yourself, celebrating the holidays by yourself. Really, you were by yourself during the holiday. You just didn't realize you were there, but they were there, but not there. But you have to be prepared for the holiday hoover. And the holiday hoover, I was thinking about you, because that's the time when people are really emotional, start thinking about family, start thinking about loved ones. And so they'll tap into that emotion. And like, I was just thinking about you. I just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving. I just wanted to say Merry Christmas. You have to be prepared. You guys lock yourself down and be prepared for that holiday hoover, because they're going to, and some of them are going to lay it on thick. And you guys got to be careful. Keep your emotions in check. You ain't that lonely to get back in a crazy relationship or situationship like that. So I want you guys to be very, very careful, okay? Very careful. Um, okay, I'm trying to read. I apologize. I would reach back and get my glasses, but if I do that, I have to put the phone down. Then you guys be looking at the ceiling. Let's see. Yeah, birthday hoovers too. Yeah. Uh, let's see. Do you think there's a link between narcissistic people and hoarding? My ex had a serious issue with hoarding. Remember what I said, Miss Rhonda? Narcissistic personality disorder is one of the personality disorders within the cluster B disorders. It's called dramatic disorders. But just because they have a personality disorder does not mean they don't have other mental health issues. For example, anxiety, hoarding, alcoholism, drug and alcohol addiction, PTSD, depression, anxiety, ADHD, bipolar disorder. I've seen a lot of them that are on the autistic spectrum, the autism spectrum. So they can have, just because they have NPD does not eliminate the fact that they can have other mental health disorders. There's some that have cognitive delays, cognitive delays. Some of them, have schizoaffective, schizophrenia. So it doesn't, just because they have a personality disorder doesn't mean that they don't have something else. So they can be hoarders too. Yeah. And some of them are they have OCD and they're extra extra clean, very meticulous. The one I was married to was very meticulous. Wasn't the cleanest person in the world, but I kept the house clean. Now he keep his place clean, but when I say he was clean, but not like clean clean like women are clean. He was very clean, very meticulous about himself, very meticulous how he looked, how his car looked, how he dressed, how he smelled, and all that. But when it come to cleaning, if he was in his own space, he kept his place clean. But when it came to like having family, it wasn't no clean. I was doing the cleaning. So you have some that are very meticulous. Then you have some that are on the other end, very sloppy, nasty, stinky. Um, let's see. I went no contact 2.5 years ago and never looked back. Go ahead, Arlene. I remember when we first met. Go ahead. Is violent behavior disorder? No, it's a symptom of other disorders. A narcissist, if you think about it for a minute, a narcissist, if you really think about it, if they're happy go lucky, smiling and laughing and enjoying themselves, it's because of the fact that they're being fueled. They may be the center of attention, people paying attention to them, so they're happy go lucky and just happy because they're getting fueled, they're being paid attention to, they're the center of attention. But when the mask falls off, the true emotions behind a narcissist is anger, rage, jealousy, anything that's negative, that would be a narcissist. The somatics love their self-image. Yep, somatic means body. Cerebral means mind. So somatic narcissists are into their bodies. They're into their bodies, their appearances, their looks, and everything. So that's what somatic means. Somatic means body. He said toward the end, mine smelled like trash juice. Can a narc be truly depressed? Yes. Or just temporary depressed with their circumstances. Most of you got to remember that if they got NPD, 9 times out of 10, they've probably been traumatized some kind of way. So depression is a part of their makeup. They're depressed, they got PTSD. So it's not, if they become depressed, situationally depressed, it's probably because of the fact that they lost supply, not because they lost someone they love. They lost supply and it's making them look bad. I've known of narcissists who were exposed and the person discarded, took their money, and they fell from this image that they have in front of people and committed suicide because they couldn't handle the narc injury. It was a narcissistic injury, and it totally took the mask off of them and exposed them in front of everybody, and they committed suicide. And so they'll get anxious or depressed because of the fact that they're being exposed. Why are they attracted to 5-year-olds? Not all of them are. That one in particular might have paraphilia disorder, which includes pedophilia, which includes voyeurism and all that. So not all of them are attracted to kids. Some of them are not attracted to kids, and some of them may have the paraphilia disorders, which includes pedophilia. So, like I said, each one of them that has narcissistic personality disorder may have other disorders, but the narcissistic personality disorder symptomology, is all the same. But each one of them, you have a rich one, you have a poor one. You have one that are attracted to kids. You have some that are appalled if you tell them that people are attracted to kids. You have those narcissists that are within the church in leadership positions that don't cheat, that won't cheat. And then you have some that are in leadership positions or in the church or in the community that cheat. So each one of them is different. It depends on the role that they have to play within society. Has there been a narc that has discarded the victim and not come back? Some of them have when they found a better supply. And when I say better supply, it's not that they're better than you, it's not that they're prettier than you. No, it's the fact that when you say better supply means they can handle the amount of pain that they're going to inflict on that person. And that person is vulnerable enough where they will stay and try to make it work at all costs. And so when you say better supply, that means another person that, number one, may not know anything about them. So they're naive, they're ignorant, or number two, also to include that they don't know anything about them and they kind of worship the ground they walk on. They give them all this fuel and they're able to handle the amount of pain that's going to be inflicted. So that's what better fuel is. See, we have to change the language when we're talking about narcissists because, when you tell a narcissist that you're hurting, you're like, I just tried to tell that person that I was hurting, and you're hoping that they will get some type of feeling. You have to think opposite. When you tell a narcissist that you are hurting, You're telling the narcissist, this is my button. This is where you can injure me even more. So you're giving them information, letting them know where to attack you at. That's why it's not good to express your emotions to a narcissist once you find out that's what they are. Um, I'd love to have you as my coach through this, but I remember what you said on the video to get counseling first. If you feel like you need counseling first, go get counseling first to deal with, the PTSD, the depression, the anxiety. When you come to me for coaching, I'm going to determine what are your goals? Where are you trying to go? Are you going through court right now? Are you trying to get away from this person? Are you going through a divorce right now? A lot of the people that I have are in court cases, that I'm coaching them and telling them what, not what to do, but, how to do something, coaching them through the game, so let's see. I got 4 minutes. Well, you know what? She still hasn't come out. Add about, give me about 15 more minutes because she hasn't come out yet. She's still in there. So give me about 15 more minutes. Okay. Let's see. And hi there. Hi. If they're attracted to empaths, like, is new supply empath light also? Although I think they're toxic because she knew about me throughout relationship and helped him cheat. Okay, first of all, allow me to say this about Leilani. That's my grandbaby's name. Um, so let me explain something about empaths. A lot of people that are not empaths have a misconception about. I'm not saying you're not. Please forgive me. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying you're not an empath. But most people, you hear people say it's a gift from God, and I'm an empath, and it's a gift, and it's first of all, a person that is an empath is a person that has been traumatized. And a person that has been traumatized, you have some people that have been traumatized that do not develop NPD. Some people that have been traumatized develop NPD, or they may not develop NPD, they may develop PTSD, complex PTSD, depression, anxiety, agoraphobia, and then you have those that have developed or they have been traumatized and they become empaths. Empath means that you have been traumatized to a point, it's almost like your nerves are exposed, but you have been traumatized to a point where you become hypersensitive. You become so hypersensitive and very uh, empaths are they're very about emotions and feelings and helping and fixing because of the pain that they have suffered themselves. And so people like, I said, gift from God. That is not a gift from God. That is a result of trauma. NPD is a result of trauma. Empaths, that's a result of trauma. Now, the beautiful thing about empaths is you find empaths in the medical arena, in the helping fields. These are the people that you see on television going to rescue animals or dogs from across the country. These are the people that you see feeding animals. These are the people that are very in tune with nature. They love quiet. They love nature. They love animals. They're very empathetic when it comes to animals and feeling their pain. And so you have to remember that empath is a result of trauma. A narcissist, I'm not an empath, but I've had plenty of narcissists in my life. 22 years I had one, but I had plenty of narcissists, but I'm not an empath. So they were, I was codependent and I was wounded, but I was not an empath. And a lot of people are not empaths that they're drawn to. Are they drawn to empaths? Absolutely, because you are always trying to, oh Lord, give me a second. Let me turn on the lights, y'all. I'm just sitting here in the dark. Give me a second. Let me start the car. All right, here we go. Hold on. Let me get this thing to stop beeping, y'all. There we go. But remember, yes, narcissists are drawn to empaths, and empaths, because of the fact empaths, they always want to put their feet in people's shoes because their hearts are so big. They want to help. They want to take your pain. They will want to. They feel the pain of other people. They feel the pain on other people, and they always are trying to resolve other people's pain or hurts. So a narcissist is drawn to that. A narcissist is drawn to the fact that you are trying to put your feet in their shoes, but you can't figure out where they're at. You can't really feel, where is this person at. There's some empaths that actually can taste colors. There are some empaths that actually can hear words when they walk into a room. They can hear the words because words have frequencies, and so they can actually hear the words that are left in the atmosphere once they walk out of the room. They're an empaths that can, they feel the pain of people. They feel the pain of people, and so, but that does not mean that if they had an empath as a mate or that they're going back to an empath. They could go to a narcissist and not real, because a narcissist, they're feeding off of each other. So they could go to a narcissist and not an empath. So it just depends on how available the fuel is. Um, Pillar said, yeah, empath here. Grew up with two parents with NPD and married to one for over 3 decades. See, Pillar of Light? So you know what it's like. You became an empath because of how you were traumatized growing up. You became super sensitive, highly intuitive and super sensitive. You're very, very in tune with your environment. And for some people, especially children that are growing up as empaths, they're overwhelmed. They get overwhelmed, and so those of you that have children that are empaths, and you're noticing they become overwhelmed with everything that they're feeling around them. It overwhelms them to a point where you can hear them talking about people dying and the end of the world, and like, oh my gosh, because empaths are really, when I get them in counseling, they're really about emotions and feeling and emotions I don't understand. And but empaths are powerful. And I find myself, narcissists are attracted to me, but I'm attracted to empaths. And I'm just one of those type. I was the older child. I was in the military. Even with my leader, as an empath herself, I'm attracted to empaths because I'm always protecting them. And that's because I'm an older child. I served in the military. The position, or what I do in the church and everything. I'm always, because they we balance each other out. They teach me how to be more sensitive. And then, of course, I may roll my eyes like, oh my gosh, you're too sensitive for this person. Because an empath will go all out to help people. That's just what's in their heart. And we usually balance each other out, because they'll teach me how to be more sensitive. And I'm like, oh, you're too sensitive, you know. And I'm very protective, but I'm very protective of anybody that's in my close circle. After knowing the NPD who really wants to be around them. That's true. But the crazy part about it is, the most powerful lawyers that you can get that will help you in a situation, coming out of a situation with a narcissist, married to a narcissist, when it comes to child custody case and stuff, the ones that you want to help you is a narcissist. That's the one you want to help, because it's two narcissists against narcissists, and the narcissist lawyer knows the law. And one thing they're not going to do is let that other narcissist play them. Now they're going to follow the law and everything, but oh, they get down and dirty too. You said, yes, that's why I work in child protection. But you know what you went through, and you felt that, so you can feel the pain of those children. And I'm glad you're there, because we need people like you there. So I commend you for doing that. I really commend you for doing that, Pillar of Light. There's some children that would probably be protected, that probably would have never been protected had you not shown up. And so I applaud you. I want to commend you for that. 13 minutes? Okay. What I'll probably end up doing is cutting off the car and laying back and going to taking a nap before I drive home. Let's see. So remember, if I move out of the screen, it's because I'm trying to put the letters in something dark so I can see what you're saying, okay? Let's look. Let's see if I can read it. I became You became an empath because I was raised to always take care of younger brother at all times. Well, that's not how an empath develops, though. So sometimes people think that they're an empath, and really you're not an empath, you're codependent. So sometimes people confuse, and we got to get away from these titles. People want a title. I think somebody asked me, or somebody can, thank you so much, Pillar of Light. Somebody said something about me being an empath, and I said, I'm not an empath. And they're like, what are you then? I'm not an empath. I'm kind of in the middle somewhere, but I'm not an empath. I have empathy, but I'm not an empath. I was traumatized, but develop, I did not become an empath. I just didn't, and so we have to stop classifying each other. Like, you don't have to be in a category. If you're not a narcissist, then you're an empath. No, you're not. If you're not a narcissist and you're not an empath, then you're a person that has empathy and compassion. Or you could be a person that has codependency problems. And sometimes people that claim to be empaths, when I meet them or talk to them, I'm like, you are not an empath. You are codependent. You are over emotional, and then sometimes borderline. Do you know that I have met a lot of empaths, and it kind of shocked me when dealing with people that have like borderline personality disorder, which is a part of the cluster B personality disorder, that some of them. So there is a high percentage of people that have borderline personality disorder that also have NPD, and vice versa. Those that have NPD also have borderline personality disorder, because the cluster and the traits all kind of fall together. Histrionic personality disorder, borderline, NPD, antisocial personality disorder, which is the psychopath, sociopath, and histrionic personality disorder. They're all considered the dramatic personality disorders, but then they all have similar features. And borderline, they can teeter on borderline personality disorder and also having NPD, also being a narcissist and having borderline. And then you have those that have borderline that are actually empaths. And that the hardest thing working with those that have borderline personality disorder, they're all about emotions and feelings. They're all about emotions and feelings and emotions and feelings. And then it dawned on me one day, I just had that aha moment, like, moment like, oh my gosh, a lot of empaths do have BPD. Not all of them, but a lot of them do have BPD. And and that means that as a specialist, we have to focus, really focus, and determine, because sometimes people I thought were just BPD also had MPD. And it came out after a while. Yeah. A super empath is an empath that is developed. They understand who they are. They understand that, if they do whatever they can to get pushed in the net. They understand not to absorb, because most empath absorb. If you absorb everything, you're gonna drive yourself crazy. You really, and you just overwhelmed. And so a super empath, like my leader, if you go look at Helen Sadler, your destiny helper, she's a super empath. She has learned to balance herself where she does not absorb. And she talked about this before. You can't absorb everything. And they learn to balance out. They know that if you push me to the limits, I know where I will go. So I have to make sure I remove myself from situation. I keep myself calm. I don't allow myself to get over angry. So they are more developed because they understand who they are, they understand what they can do, and they try to avoid it at all costs. These are more highly developed empaths. Highly developed empaths, meaning they are just like a greater narcissist. A greater narcissist is one that understands who they are, understands what they can do, and they have become good at the manipulation. They know they're hidden in plain sight. An empath, on the other hand, is one that understands who they are. They're well developed, and they do whatever they can to avoid ever going supernova. And they're very powerful people. They're very powerful people. They are. You would never know that they're an empath, but they're very powerful people. They are very powerful, well developed people. And so when people say I'm a super empath, it sounds very powerful. So the term, when you have been abused for a long time, the term super empath sounds so powerful. Super empath just means a well developed, let's say well developed, in tuned um, empath. That understands who they are, what they can do, and they're balanced. They don't absorb everything. As you get older, you learn what you are and how to manage the emotional overwhelm. There you go. There go, pillar of light. Just that, perfect. That was beautiful explanation. As you get older, as an empath, as you get older, you learn what you are and how to manage the emotional overwhelm. There you go. Simply put, too easy. Too easy. 7 minutes, okay. Yeah, Valerie said she has learned to observe and not absorb. That's what I was looking for. Thank you, Miss Valerie. To learn to observe and not absorb. There you go. And for empaths, that's very hard, because your heart and your passion is to help people. It's to help people. So it takes a lot of work to keep from going overboard. To walk away from somebody, that's why it's so hard for them to walk away from a narcissist, because they really want to help. They want to fix, they want to help, they want to heal. That's what they want to do. And so to have to walk away from someone that is they giving themselves up, to walk away from someone, you know, that is very painful for empath. Very painful. But a narcissist knows that, and they take advantage of that. Makes sense. See? Hmm. Is a super empath a narcissist's worst enemy? Can be, can be. A well-developed super empath absolutely can be. And it takes a greater narcissist to be able to handle a super empath, because a super empath is the When I say equivalent, I don't mean the equivalent of a narcissist. That's not what I'm saying. But you remember, you have the low grade, mid grade, and then the greater narcissist. Then you have the empath. If you think about it, the lower empaths that are still learning, that, the kids, then you have that mid grade empath, then you have that super empath. So they are equivalent. When I say equivalent, I don't mean equivalent, meaning they're the same. They're on that top level, like the greater narcissist. And a greater narcissist, when a super empath can handle a greater narcissist, because they're just not one to play with. When you get a super empath, I'm telling you, I done seen it. They're not ones to play with. You don't play with a super empath. You don't. They give you chance after chance after chance, but a super empath is not one that you play with. And they're not mean, they're not ugly, they're not like that, but they're just the type you just ain't gonna play with. And a super empath, I mean a narcissist, a greater narcissist, they don't play with super empaths. Once they discover, or once they realize, oh yeah, them super empaths can cause a lot of narcissistic injury, because they don't play. They do not play. You are so right about why it is hard for empaths to walk away. See, because you're emotionally tied, because you want to help, you want to fix, you want to heal. That's a struggle for me. I still try to pray for him and have thoughts that he can change. You know what? If you pray for him, continue to pray for him. That don't mean that when you pray for a person, you have to be with the person either. Continue to pray. Don't stop praying. I pray for the one that I was married to. That don't mean that me and that person has to be together. Absolutely not. Not after all the things that have happened to you. You know, we, the super empath, are the opposite end of the spectrum to the greater narc. Yep. And on the same level, meaning you know who you are. You know who you are. They know who you are. There's like that's like bringing a knife to a gunfight. You don't bring a knife to a gunfight. You take these baby narcissists. I mean narcissists. You don't take these young empaths that are still learning about themselves and put them with a greater narcissist. That greater narcissist would the. Let me tell you something. And this is no lie. As a professional, I have seen so many empaths have psychotic breaks. Now, what happens is, these empaths, they're supernova. When they go supernova. Now these are ones that are still developing themselves. They don't went supernova, and they don't just exploded and imploded and everything. But the problem is the way that it looks in the mental health field. The way that it looks like they're having a psychotic episode. So they're having this psychotic episode, and then the ambulance is called. They're taken to the ER. They may be taken to inpatient treatment, given medication because they don't had a blowout. And so the way it looks in mental health, it looks like a psychotic episode. Just recently seen another person that happened to. They have these psychotic episodes because they have not learned to reel themselves in, and then it takes forever for them to recover. It takes a long time for them to recover, and it's bad because they have to get into counseling, but to understand who they are, and they cannot just blow out like that, you know. But a super empath, they're not getting ready. They're not getting ready to waste that energy and waste that much power blowing themselves out, because they'll blow their mind out. Yeah. It hurt my heart, but it was good to find that the narcissist cannot change. I was able to let go and realize who he really was. It really helped me not to be sad anymore. Good job. Is it Skylar? Good job. See, knowledge is power. That you know that it's not your fault, and you can't change everybody. We cannot change everybody, and everybody's not willing to change. Can a narcissist change? Absolutely. They know what they're doing because they're intentional with everything that they do. Do they want to change? Majority of them, no, they don't. Is ex- is experience the best way to sharpen skills at seeing through the mask? Is experience. I mean, if you've had experience with narcissists, I mean, if you've had experience with the narcissist, you become sensitive to people that, manipulative people, put it that way. You become a little sensitive to the game. And what happens is something don't set right, you fine tune, you fine tune, like you fine tune your eyes to start paying attention. Most people ask me as a therapist, do you walk around analyzing people? No, I don't. Now, if a person starts to act a little weird or says some things a little weird, I'm gonna fine tune my sights. My sights are on you now. Now I'm watching you. Now I'm watching everything you do and everything that you say. You see? So that's the same way with narcissists. You had an experience, you become a little more sensitive. You become a little more sensitive, you start paying attention. That's why I got a webinar coming up in December where I'm talking about manipulative people. which can include narcissists, the different types of manipulators, the different things that they do, how they manipulate, and then why they're manipulating. So I advise you guys, if you guys go to overcomingnarcissistabuse.ticketleap.com, just be real. If you can put it on all the on all of the platforms, is overcomingnarcissist.ticketleap.com. And I have um the one for December, which is manipulators, why they do what they do, how they do what they do. And then of course also we have the Atlanta conference coming up, and it's open for VIPs, for the VIPs to go ahead and register. Once I get 30 people, I'm going to close VIP, and VIP will not be opened again because I have a limited space for VIPs. I need to seed into you, pouring out. I need to. Oh, thank you, Miss Sharonda. You can go to my Cash App. Is dollar sign PHCSLLC. If you do Cash App, if you want to do Cash App. So I appreciate you. I think Just Be Real is putting up some avenues, but if those of you that would like to give, and I appreciate it because it helps me to do what I'm doing. It helps me to, like whenever I try to stream or do certain things, anything that you give me, it helps and it goes right back into what I'm doing. So if you want a Cash App, I am grateful to you. Thank you so much. It is dollar sign PHCSLLC. Psychological Health Consultants and Services LLC. PHCSLLC with cash emblem in the front. And I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I went through this for years with my ex, waited 6 years before I started dating, and ended up in it again because you weren't totally healed. Sometimes, ladies, we got to master our singleness. You know what I mean? If I'm in my 50s, I know, I look like I'm 16. I'm just joking. But I'm in my 50s. And when we realize the mistakes that we've made, some bad choices, we picked some wrong people, and we've had some monsters in our life. And then we try to we how long will it take before I heal? No, what you're saying is, how long should I wait before I start dating again? Sometimes it's not just, I mean, keep in mind that, yes, you would like to have a mate, you would like to have, a life partner, you would like to have a husband or a wife, but sometimes you didn't master marriage, you didn't master dating. So how about you master singleness? Once you master singleness and you love yourself, you enjoy yourself, all of a sudden these boundaries come up. Boundaries are not for the other person. When you put up boundaries, you don't protect what's on the other side of the fence. You protect the assets that are inside of the fence. So you put your boundaries up, and then you decide, I'm not going to accept this. Many of us, like we tell people, you just not gonna talk to me any kind of way. You just you ain't gonna talk, you ain't gonna disrespect me. You can't do nothing to make that person stop talking to you crazy. But what you can do when it comes to boundaries is remove yourself from the situation. You know what? First of all, you're not gonna keep talking to me like you crazy. So I'm out, hang up the phone, walk away, ghost you by, you know. And even, you're not gonna treat me any kind of way. You're not gonna talk to me any kind of way. You're not gonna call me names. You're not gonna act the fool and embarrass me. If I'm at a restaurant and you're acting a fool, I would get up and leave. Let me pay my bill. Let me get up out of here. Let me drive. I drove my car. I'm out. So that's what boundaries are. So most of us need to master singleness. We haven't even mastered That's like going to school. How you get to 12th grade if you haven't done kindergarten, preschool, kindergarten? You ain't even learned how to write your ABCs, and you over here talking about, I'm a 12th grader, I'm a senior. Go take your second grade self down there and master 1 + 1 = 2. That's just like mathematics. Matter of fact, I was looking at some of the work that my daughter is doing. She's in algebra one. She's in algebra one. So I was watching, like, as they were learning like the new math and everything. And I realized, like, some of the stuff that in school, I just didn't learn math that way. I didn't become interested in math until I got to college. But by then it was too late. But I realized that there's certain there's foundational information that you need to build. Those of you that love math, there's principles that you have to build, principles that you have to build, understanding, being able to do subtraction and addition in your head, multiplication and division in your head. So there's certain foundations that you need to know. Then, later on, when you get into algebra and stuff like that, you're learning formulas. But once you learn the formulas and the theories, but you have to have mastered the basic mathematics, because most people don't make mistakes on the formula. They make mistakes in the simple mathematics, subtraction or addition or multiplication. That's where the mistakes are, not in the formulas and theories. So think about it for a minute. We trying to jump up and get married and have a mate and date and everything, but you haven't even mastered singleness. You can't be by yourself. You can't date yourself. I don't like being alone. Okay, well, if you don't like being alone, that's what you need to work on, being alone. I just can't be by myself. I hate being alone. Yep, that's what you need to work on. Being alone and mastering being alone. I just don't like sitting in the house doing nothing. Child, let's go on a cruise, honey. I was just talking to somebody about going on a cruise in 2023. Let's go on a cruise. Let's enjoy each other's company. Let's master, being queens. Let's go to an island. Let's go to the Bahamas. Some of us big girls, we're gonna walk around with a two-piece that covers everything, a turtleneck. But let's go and enjoy. Learn to be single. Learn to love yourself. Learn to be your beautiful, beautiful. If you voluptuous, beautiful, voluptuous self, and if you skinny, be your cute little, sexy, cute little skinny self. But we got to master being single, master loving yourself first instead of jumping in a relationship. You trying to get into a relationship and I want a king. Well, a king ain't gonna look for no broken woman. And if you get him, he broken too. He broken too. So you don't want to build a bear, child. We don't want no. You know what? I done made myself mad. We don't want no build a bear. We don't want no build a narc. He needs to come fully assembled. Honey, she need to come fully assembled. What we doing? Let's master singleness. Let's master loving ourselves. Let's master, once you start loving yourself, you're putting up boundaries. You're not gonna talk to me any kind of way. So what you gonna do? I'm gonna walk off. I ain't gonna do nothing. Cause you ain't gonna change. I ain't gonna tell you. You don't talk to me. So what you gonna do? Walk off out of the conversation, hang up on your tail. You see what I'm saying? She said, whoop whoop. Exactly, Skylar. Okay, you talking to her. My bad. I love being single. So empowering. See, single, healthy people attract healthy mates. If you dysfunctional, if you hurting, if you're bleeding, you're gonna attract the wrong things. You're gonna attract flies. You're gonna attract maggots. But once you are healed, you got to take the time to heal. And most people, how long is it gonna take? See, no, you want to know how long it's gonna take before I need to start dating. Give me a time frame. How long have you been abused? Some of you been abused all in childhood before you even got into a romantic relationship. 50 years of abuse, you talking about it should take me about 6 months to heal, right? No, no. Have anybody been hit by a truck and all of a sudden you jumped up talking about I'm okay, I'm good? No, you're gonna go to physical therapy. You're gonna go get a neurocognitive, a neuropsychologist, neurosurgery, physical therapist, speech therapist. They're gonna teach you how to walk. They're gonna teach you fine motor skills again. I just said that Sunday. I don't teach you fine motor skills. So if did I say that yesterday? But I mean, dang, if you yeah, I said that yesterday. You got hit by a truck. There's a whole bunch of rehabilitation before people don't realize you've been hit. But most of you guys come out there, your hip out of place, your back crooked, your neck sideways. So when I'm gonna date? You ain't even whole yet. You gotta fix you. Enjoy being single. Master singleness. Master the basic foundation of mathematics, and then you'll begin to do theories and what is it, and formulas and stuff. You can't go to college unless you've got a good foundation in school, because most of the stuff you learn in school before you start your finals. My bad, y'all. Before you start your finals, is going to be basic information from high school, basic information from middle school, basic information from elementary school. Most of us have not mastered that. So we have to learn to master that and master being single. Because when you are single and you are satisfied with being single, you're not pulling on somebody else. You looking at that man every day, to my, do you love me? You ain't say you love me. You need to say you love me. You ain't say how beautiful you are. You needy. You needy. Go sit down, gal. Some of y'all men, some of y'all kings, and go sit down. You draining me. You draining some of these men. You didn't say I was beautiful. You ain't call me today. You ain't text me. Boo, I'm working. I'm trying to pay bills. Too needy, just needy. And some men are like that. You ain't telling me I was handsome. You ain't text me like you normally did. No, you sound stalkish, stalkerish. You sound stalkerish. Oh no, you sound a little stalkerish. You know. Hopefully that helped. Being with one of those. Oh, missed it. It went too fast. 25 years of verbal abuse. Sell house. Move to be with my family to heal and get therapy. There you go, Linda. A peace of mind. Yes, Lord. Absolutely. It's my first time single in 25 years, learning to love me. Go, Shannon. That's what I'm talking about. You are all, is it divvy? I'm not sure what that is. There is no excuse to mistreat a woman. Absolutely. All of us are queens. Queens don't get mistreated. The Queen of England, you ain't finna talk to her any kind of way. Stalkerish. That's right, Sharona. That's a new word. Ooh, you sound a little stalkerish. A little stalkerish. We come up with our own vocabulary. You sound stalkerish. Mastering singleness. Yes, let's master singleness. Yep. Joe says stop. Remember, I have a hard time reading because the letters are in gray. Uh, let's see. I know that I am well on my way to healing when I can laugh this hard at what was once traumatizing. Yeah, exactly, Miss Valerie. Exactly. You know, that's how you know that you begin healing, when you could talk about your experience without getting emotional. When you could talk about your experience and you're talking about your experience from the perspective of helping somebody else. But if you're talking about the experience and you still feel that pain in your heart and you feel that anger, you're not there yet. You're not there yet. My question is, why is the narcissist and his wife so mad about me taking him to court for child support? They say that's why he doesn't want to see his child. Take him to court. I don't care. It don't even matter. You ain't got to figure it out. Take him to court. He owe you money. He should be paying child support. It's his responsibility. Who cares if they mad? Because he done said something to her, so she's a flying monkey. He said something to her and told a little story, whatever. But it don't even matter. Don't even worry about what they feel. Take him to court. That's what they need to do. If he don't want to see his child, that might be a blessing to your kid. That might be a blessing for your child. After being married for almost 9 years, then single, dating sounds traumatic. So I am. I would assume that you said so. I am single. Yes, stalkerish. I love that phrase, mastering. Yeah, we got to master singlehood. 6 years of physical, verbal, emotional abuse. 2 years no contact. Yes, Andrea. Yes. Not quite there yet. That's all right. That's okay. We all start from somewhere. I know, no, I can laugh and talk about it. 4 years of loving myself. Go ahead, Shar. I have got to master singleness. Absolutely. Hate being alone since I was a kid, but I'm getting better. Absolutely. Find something to do. Go to the zoo. Take yourself out to eat. I take myself out to eat. So I actually go and wine and dine myself. I take myself out to eat. Hold on, y'all. But I actually take myself out to eat. And then, of course, I got a tribe. So us girls go out to eat too, or go to each other's house and cook and eat. Now, I don't cook, but they cook and I eat. The master singleness. Yep. Yep. Shalom. Hi, Dina. Shalom to you too. Well, y'all, she's gonna be coming out in a few minutes. And she come out, are you on camera? Oh my God. That's what she usually asks. Are you on camera? Oh my God. Don't pay attention to his lies. Blessing that he doesn't have a chance to get to through the children. So I'm assuming what you were saying was is that yes, it's a blessing that he don't want to be with the child because you don't know what you're sparing your child from. If you went through the abuse, he's trying to punish you by not seeing the kids because he knows that that is something very dear to your heart. So you play the role because really what you're doing is you might be saving your children from heartache. So just play the role. I'm so sad. Okay, you be so. I'm so sad. It's so terrible that you don't want to see your kids. Play a role. If you got to play, remember everything is opposite with the narcissist. And one thing they do is they look at what is what is touching to you, what is close to your heart. Your children are close to your heart. And it might, like I said, might be a blessing that they don't want to deal with their kids. It might spare your children from a lot of pain. Have a great night too, Janet. Me too, Doctor. I take myself out and eat also. See, Andrea? See? Divorcing Narc after 27 years of marriage in less than 30 days. I am already starting a new chapter. No reversals. Thank you. Birmingham. Okay, I lived in Birmingham for a few weeks. I was in a homeless shelter. I ain't tell you that though. You didn't hear that from me. Oh, thank you, Kay. I appreciate you. I didn't have a problem taking myself out or to the movies. After this, it's hard to get out. I get nervous just being out because I may see him. Okay, you know what? You might want to get it with a therapist and do exposure therapy because they Some people allow that narcissist to hold them hostage in their mind. What's the worst thing that can happen if you see them? You stumble, you are okay. So you're getting practice. That's your thermostat to let you know, okay, next time you go out, you know, see him, keep going. That's your training. What's the worst that they can do? Call the police. Keep your phone on 911. Dial, dial. I don't play. But you have to get control back. And a lot of them have control through your mind and through your emotions. They're not even doing anything. They've abused you so much that you hold your own self hostage. Thank you so much for coming on tonight. Happy American Thanksgiving next week, Queen and Tribe. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Arlene. Thank you. I didn't recall that Canadians do not celebrate Thanksgiving. It's an American holiday. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the insight. You are welcome, Julie. Thank you. You are welcome. Just found the channel. Thank you, Tammy. Well, I'm so glad that you're here. Make sure you share the video and share it with other people. And once again, for those of you that are wondering why I'm halfway in the camera, is because the your message is in gray, and so I have to have a dark background in order to see what you're writing. So I put my jacket up so I can see the letters coming up like right here, so I can actually see what you're writing. Because if I put it with my bright shirt, I can't see none of the letters. So I'm trying to do it like with a dark background. So I apologize for being halfway in the camera. I'm just trying to see what you're writing, okay? I'm so sorry about everything that you went through. I hope your life is better now. It is. It is. Thank you. Your podcasts have helped me very much. Walked away 11 years ago and found you when I found myself doing his end of the life care. Oh, wow. Okay, Trini. Oh, wow. Okay. I've been using my maiden name on Facebook 1 year. Went back after 11 months and I watched the cycles. I'm out. Mic drop. Go ahead, Joe. Oh, your Thanksgiving is October. Okay. Okay. You're welcome, Tiffany. Don't react or respond if you see the monster. Act like they don't exist. Oh, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Honey, let me tell you something. I'm the sister girl now. I'm sister, auntie, doc, whatever you want to call me. Listen, the one thing that a narcissist hates, well, a few things. Some of the things that a narcissist hates. Number one, you pay them no attention. Number two, you give them no reaction. And number three, when you look so happy, I don't care if you got to fake it till you make it. When you look happy and undisturbed, it bothers them. It When you talk about it bothers them, it bothers them. You hear me? That bothers them. So when you get out in public, you have to practice and practice and practice. And if you see them, act unbothered. I don't care if you got anxiety on the inside. Act like you're not bothered. And if they speak, hey, how you doing? And keep going. Don't give them nothing else. How you doing? And keep going. It bothers them not to see you in fear. It bothers them not to see you antsy. It bothers them to see you smiling and talking. Child, pick up a telephone and act like you're talking on the phone. You see them, they don't see you. Pick up a phone, act like you're talking on the phone and going about your business. Or call somebody. Hey, girl, if this happens, I'm going to call you and I'm just going to have a conversation. Just work with me. I got friends that do that. Hey, I'm going to call you and I'm going to talk to you while I'm walking. Okay, what's up? And I'll make them laugh and joke on the phone. And then, all right, girl, I'm here. All right, bye. Too easy. I know it's hard, but try not to take it so personal. Remember, NPD is a disorder. Yep. With time, it will get better for you. Absolutely. No fuel to them. Absolutely. 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 I'd be fake phone calling and laughing. There you go, Joe. That's how you do it. And you ain't talking to nobody. Then you feel crazy. Boy, I feel crazy. I didn't share your videos because I didn't know if I could. Oh, absolutely. Please do. Share my videos. You never know who you're going to help. Never know. Oh yeah, Danielle, it's saved. Yeah, it'll be saved. I got to do my little thumbnail picture on my YouTube channel. Absolutely. Shabbat shalom. Oh, thank you. You too, Coach Natisha. My little niecey poo. Let's see. So check this out, you guys. So I'm getting ready to get off because she's getting ready to come through the doors in a minute. And when she come through the door and she open the doors, y'all gonna hear, oh my gosh, you're on camera. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, mom, don't put me on camera. Don't put me on camera. So look, you guys go check out Overcoming. Come on, y'all got to support me now. We're trying to do big things. We got big plans, and big plans and big things require big money. And when I say big money, that doesn't mean that you have to give me a whole bunch of money. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not soliciting from you. But remember the things that I have in mind to do with you guys. I mean, I want to go on a cruise. I want us to do a conference on a cruise. I didn't even know. Some of y'all should have told me. I didn't even know they had conference rooms on the ship. So I was just talking to somebody about these big cruise liners. They got conference rooms down there. We can do a conference on a ship, y'all. So that means we can maybe in 2023 we set up a plan where we can, pay as we go until we don't have to pay everything up front. So if you guys can't afford to pay it right away, we lock it in and pay as we go and get on a cruise ship and go to the Bahamas or something. You know what I mean? But I didn't even realize they had conference rooms on these big ships. And we can do a conference on a ship, do a cruise or something. I want to get you guys out. Like my leader always says, life is huge. Enjoy. There's so many things that I haven't had the chance to experience. I've never went on a cruise. I'm 1,000 years old. I ain't never been on a cruise ship. I want to go on a cruise ship, y'all. But make sure I take my what is it? Dramamine. Take my Dramamine with me. I've been on little ships, but take the Dramamine with me. But I go to where to Bahamas. Travel, do something, go to Europe one day, and we all grow as a group and do a conference, you know, do a conference in another country, but give us an opportunity to enjoy our singleness, enjoy traveling, enjoy each other. You know what I mean? And when you start enjoying, you be like, oh, I don't want a man right now. You know, when you say that, oh, I don't want a man right now. That's when he show up. You're like, oh no. See? But yeah, you guys come on, support me. I got another webinar. I had a nice little crowd because I did 2 days. I'm only doing one, and this one is 2 hours. And this is about the manipulative or the manipulators. But you guys go to overcomingnarcissistabuse.ticketleap.com and go and register for the webinar that's coming up in December. And I have another webinar coming up in January where I'm talking about see, some of you guys didn't make it to the conference this year. So you guys are getting this right here for a discounted rate that the people there got. And then of course, when I present it on a webinar, it's a little different because I have time, I can slow down. My time was crunched. So you guys come, some of you guys need this. Some of you guys do need this. It's not just something, hey, pay this money because I'm trying to get your money. No, that takes time because I have to take a whole day off. So I'm missing all my clients that day. So I take a whole day off to prepare to present this information to you. And I'm telling you, it's different when you're on a webinar with a person that's live and they're talking to you. The information, Just Be Real was there. Just Be Real was there. Who else was there? There was a couple of other people that were there. And they said that I'm glad that I registered for this webinar because this information is not information you put out on YouTube. I put out good information on YouTube, but not the type of information you get on a webinar. Because I give you extra on webinar. I give you extra information. So those people that went, they were thoroughly appreciative that they went. So listen, I would love to come to France. I always said I wanted to come to France. I want to see Paris, honey. When I was in Germany, I never got a chance to travel. And Italy, I want to go to Rome, y'all. I mean, think about it. We can go to Rome, do a conference in Rome, and then go sightseeing. I want to see the ruins. I want to see the ruins, the Colosseum. I want to see the ruins. And you know what I mean? And all of us travel together. You know what I mean? Boy, I can't wait to see you guys in Atlanta either. So you guys that want to do the VIP, you can go to overcomingnarcissistabuse.ticketleap.com and make sure if you want to do VIP, you do VIP. And this year the meet and greet probably will only be for the VIP. So we're probably going to do for the VIP. We'll do a meet and greet, and the meet and greet is only for the VIP. And then, of course, there's going to be luxury services to a hotel. I'm not a hotel, to a restaurant. And you'll have me. You'll have Apostle Sadler. You'll have Mr. Marcus Monroe. You have Miss Bridget Griffin, who all would be there in person. You get to meet some of the other people, some other people that I'm trying to invite. So you get to be in a group with us. So this year, the meet and greet may only be for the VIP, and then the conference will be for everyone else. And so, of course, you make sure that you go and register. If you want to register VIP, go ahead and register VIP now. Get it out the way. Lock your spot in. Don't wait till the last minute when everything runs out. At the last minute, I got to shut it down because I have to now focus on everybody else. So I appreciate you guys. So Atlanta, yeah. So I haven't opened up the general admissions yet. And then of course I'm also doing it online. So yes, I'm gonna be doing the general admissions and I'm do the online, but I haven't opened that up yet. Right now it's just open for VIP to get the VIPs registered and everything to make sure we cater to you and take care of you. So make sure you go to overcomingnarcissistabuse.ticketleap.com and register for the webinars that are coming up. Hey, I need to see more of you guys because I actually get to see your faces on there. So I get to see what you guys look like, unless you got that big old do rag on your head and you just hiding behind the camera. But I get to talk to you guys. So listen, I'm gonna get off camera, and I appreciate it. I can't wait to see you guys either. Oh, you'll be able, yeah, Miss K. So if you don't do VIP, just because you don't do a VIP doesn't mean that you're not gonna meet me because I'm gonna be right there with you guys in the conference room. So I'll be right there. Of course, I get to hug you, take pictures with you like we did this year. Took pictures, signed books. You're gonna have a lot of people that are familiar to you. We were taking pictures and group pictures and hugs and talking so we had a good time. So just because you VIP don't mean you don't get to meet me. Of course you get to meet me. I'm gonna come in there and I like messing with folks. So I'll be in there messing with you guys. So I appreciate you guys. Oh, I like to mess with folks. I like to crack jokes and stuff. I enjoy seeing people smile. I like to see your teeth. I get to see all your cavities and stuff in your mouth when you're laughing. So, oh, it's 3:12. Oh, you're in UK. Okay, Pillar of Light. I see you, girl. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know if it's girl or guy. Forgive me. I'm sorry. So you got to bring your book and I'll sign it. Oh, Valerie was there last year, and Valerie came and hung out. We hung out. Oh, thank you. And I love Canada, the UK. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys. You guys make it fun. What I do fun. You know, I love laughing too. Oh, I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna get a good laugh. Unless I'm quiet, then I mean, if I get quiet, that means I'm tired. She lives in Atlanta. I got family in Atlanta too. So yeah. So you guys, I'm ready to go. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you guys for coming in this evening. I appreciate you guys. Just know that so I won't be live on Sunday because I have my daughters flying in with my grandprince. And so I'm hanging out with the grandbaby and my daughter on Sunday. So I won't be live on Sunday. I may try to come on live during the week, maybe during Thanksgiving or something like that to check on you guys, make sure that everybody's okay. Also, you guys know I'm a coach. If you want coaching services, you're welcome to email me at drcarmenbryan@outlook.com. For a lot of people, you need counseling. Listen, don't let people stigmatize you when it comes to counseling. Don't let them make you feel bad like you crazy, something wrong with you. That's not true. Something's right with you and you need help. And sometimes people, hey Misha, hey girl, I did sign her book. I did sign her book. Did you read what I wrote? but uh but don't let people make you feel like you are less than because you're going to counseling. Going to counseling helps strong people go to counseling. So don't let people deter you. So I've heard a person, she stopped going to counseling because her family told her that if you go to counseling, that means you're crazy and you can't handle your own problems. Sometimes you need to get away from your crazy family and come to a counselor that can talk to you about your crazy family, or what you've been through. So don't underestimate counseling because I'm a counselor myself. You did. But I don't underestimate counseling because I'm a therapist. I'm a therapist myself. And I know when people come in, some people like, I'm so glad that I did this. I was afraid to come because I've never done this before. And it was a good experience. Some of them have some horrible experience with other people, but it's a good experience. So go to betterhelp.com/Dr. Carmen, get a 10% discount. And when you get that 10% discount, you can set up therapy with a therapist that's licensed in your state or in like in Canada, and ask them if they know about PTSD, complex PTSD. Do they understand abuse? Do they understand domestic violence? Do they understand the effects it has on children or on your mental health? Ask them questions like that. You know, I'm happy I caught Dr. Carmen. I was about to share your video and caught you live. Oh, thank you. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. Yeah, share the videos. Please share the videos. You never know. Sometimes there are people that are are friends with you on Facebook and you don't know that they're actually going through it. And then what happens is a lot of time I had people that were on my Facebook page that had been there for years. When I started doing videos, I was shocked at how many people, friends, high school friends and stuff, and we grew up in the 20s. No, but I have high school friends. I've had first ladies to inbox me and say, I went through that. I cannot believe I finally got a name for it. And I didn't even know. And when I think back, I'm like, some of these people I was in the military with, some of these people I was in high school with. And I was like, you know what? That makes so much sense. And then some of the people I grew up around, or some of the people I was in the military with, found out, I was like, you've been an empath forever. Oh my God, no wonder you're like this. You see? So share the video, because you never know who on your Facebook that is afraid to say something to you, that just quietly watches these videos. They may not ever subscribe, but they quietly watch these videos, and they're getting their strength, they're getting their power up. And then one day they'll say to you, you know what, had it not been for Apostle Sadler, or Telsha with the T on NPD and relationships, or you be surprised. You'll be surprised. So I appreciate you guys. I wouldn't be where I am without you. The past 2 years, divorce fight. Yes. December 20th. Yes, Linda. All right. Family may not want you to be to be valid about your, or validate your issues with them. If you stay sick, they sometimes feel bad. Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because some people feel empowered when you're sick. When you get strength, then they dog you out because you need to get back into your place of vulnerability. Absolutely. Amen. Let the crazy family go, right? I let the narc and the crazy family go. Nothing but peace in my life now. See, Kathy, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, here come the girls. So I'm ready to go. Here they come out the door. So hey, I care about you guys. And I love Apostle Sadler too. I care about you guys. I'm thinking about you. I sat in the car. You guys are able, because I was gonna sit in here and go to sleep. I would have been here snoring and slobbing. But thank you guys for joining me. I was just gonna do a live just right now, so I won't be on Sunday, okay? Because I have family coming in. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. You guys have an awesome, awesome evening. I commend you, Pillar of Light. Thank you for what you do, because people need someone like you to get to the kids before the kids actually start developing some of these disorders. So I honor you. I pray for you, and I hope you are strengthened so that you can continue doing what you're doing with these little kids. And that's hard work. So you guys have a wonderful evening, okay?